and travels a distance. This question was in IDT of 8 centimeter from P to Q, and then moves a distance of 6 centimeter at right angles to PQ, find its resultant displacement. So in this type of question, this is very easy question. Maybe sometimes we make mistake. So first of all, an end travels distance of 8 centimeter from P to Q. So I am drawing P to Q here. That is P and that is Q. Or I can make, okay, this is P and this is Q, and difference between P to Q is 8 centimeter. Now it says that it moves a distance of 6 centimeter at right angles to PQ. So here right angles, okay, so this is right angle, you know that this is right angle, this is known as right angle. So we have to draw right angle. So this is right angle because this is known as right angle, the degree 90-degree angle. So it moves 6 centimeter. So this is 6 centimeter, and at right angles, okay, to PQ, find it resultant displacement. What is displacement? What was your origin? This was your origin. This is origin. Origin means you start from P. So P is initial point, or it is also known as a reference point, and from here you start. So I have to find displacement between these 2 points. So I can name this point P, Q, and you can name, you can write any name. Okay, I'm writing N here. Now this is a triangle, and you know what formula you can use. P n is equals to, anyone can write me in chat box that what is the formula of Pn, because Pn is hypotenuse and this is length, sorry, this is length and this is height. Anyone can write me formula of Pn in chat box. Formula for hypotenuse, anyone can write me formula of hypotenuse. Yeah, Farhan, yes, Farhan, very good. It is very simple formula. Maybe you have studied this type of formula in 8th class. This is very simple formula, and I think you don't need to do so much thing for this. It's a simple formula for hypotenuse. Okay, so I'm writing Pn is equals to P Q plus Q n square, and this is a square. Now Pn is equals to, what is PQ? PQ is 8 centimeters, so I'm writing 8 centimeter here. And what is Qn? Qn is 6 centimeters, so I'm writing 6 centimeter here. This is very common formula for hypotenuse, I think. You don't need to think that much. Now we have to solve this. So it is 64 centimeter. And please remember one thing, that don't ignore units like centimeter and kilometer. Generally students ignore these type of things, but if you are ignoring this thing in 9th standard, definitely you are going to reduce your marks, because don't ignore units. You know, the units are very important and they play a major role in formation of any formula. So don't ignore units. Now it is 36 centimeter. So Pn is equals to 100 centimeter. Now Pn is equals to 10 centimeter. So the Pn is 10 centimeter, that is 10 centimeter. So there were four options. So option B is correct for that. And it is 10 centimeter. It is not 2 centimeter. I know why you make this mistake. Remember one thing, that while doing any type of question, read question 2 or 4 times. You can read it more times. Okay, so it is given that right angles. Okay, so you have to remember that it moves right angle, so it is right angle is 90-degree angle, and you have to remember this thing. So we have to find only hypotenuse, and it is very simple question. So now I'm moving to, okay, write me Nitya if your doubt is clear. Otherwise you performed very well, and your attempts was very good, and you are understanding things, so I appreciate your effort. But in next time, okay, just read questions carefully, because as you are not having very limited time, so you can do question in better way. The doubt is clear, Nitya?
Yes, ma'am.
This was second question, I think. This is for distance and displacement. Okay, so we were studying about uniform and non-uniform motion. We know that uniform motion means, what is the meaning of uniform motion? When speed, when any object travels any distance in equal distance and equal interval of time. So when any object, uniform object covers uniform distance in uniform time. So this is known as uniform motion. And what is non-uniform motion? Non-uniform motion is object covers non-uniform distance in non-uniform time. You know this? So for uniform motion, we are having equal distances and equal time. Uniform motion, remember we studied a car is going, and it is a 16-meter long path, we know this. So we were having equal distances and equal time. So distance was, we were having 4 segments, so distance was 4 meter. Remember we studied this, 4 meter, 4 meter and 4 meter, and the time was 2 seconds for each. 2 second, 2 second, 2 second and 2 second in yesterday's class. So we are having a speed of 2 meter per second, 2 meter per second, 2 meter per second and 2 meter per second. This is for uniform. Now for non-uniform, distance is, it can be equal or it cannot be equal. Now I'm writing equal distance, but it can be unequal distance. It can be unequal distance, remember. But time was 2 second, 5 second, 1 second and 10 second. So it is 2 meter per second. Now it is 0.8 meter per second. It is 4 meter per second and it is 0.40 meter per second. So this is speed. You can write speed or you can write velocity. Both things, remember that you can write speed or you can write velocity. Both things are same. If this is uniform velocity or uniform speed, or I can write that non-uniform velocity or non-uniform speed. I can write both things. If a question provides me direction, then I can find both speed and velocity. Remember this thing, that if question is providing me direction, then I can find both speed and velocity. And if question is not providing me any direction, there is no direction, then I can only find speed. Remember this thing. So for velocity, especially for velocity, you need to know about direction, that from where to where, south to north, or A to B. So this is uniform and non-uniform motion, and you can see that uniform speed, okay, from uniform motion we can get uniform velocity or uniform speed, and from non-uniform motion, you can get non-uniform velocity and non-uniform speed. Remember that uniform and velocities are same. Remember one thing, if you are provided with direction, you can find both of them, and if you are not provided with any direction, then you can find only speed. So for finding velocity, you need to know about direction. Other than there is no difference. So now, okay, this is velocity and speed. Now there is a big difference between velocity and speed. For speed, there is a formula. What is formula? Distance upon time. And for velocity, I'm having another formula, that is displacement upon time. That is displacement upon time. Remember one thing, we studied this in previous classes. We studied about difference between distance and displacement. That distance, there is no direction for distance, and there is direction for displacement. So displacement is known as vector quantity, and distance is known as scalar quantity. We know about this. So I'm applying same rule, other than both of them are measures for how far anything travels. So distance has no direction, and it is having direction, so I'm using sign of arrow. Other than this, everything is same. Distance is measured in meter and time is measured in second. Same time, displacement is measured in meter and time is measured in second. So everything is same other than direction. So the formula of distance, speed is time, distance upon time, and the formula of velocity is displacement upon time. Other than everything is same. So from uniform motion, you can find both velocity and speed, and from non-uniform motion, you can find both velocity and speed. But for non-uniform values, you are going to find non-uniform velocity and non-uniform speed. And from uniform motion, the value will be in uniform form or uniform velocity or uniform speed. Now, this is the formula. According to this formula, we are going to do some questions. So first of all, let's write a question. First of all, I'm going to tell you the formula of uniform is average speed. What is average speed? Okay. Displacement can be negative. You asked me this yesterday. Displacement can be negative. How displacement can be negative? Remember, Farhan asked me one question, how displacement can be negative. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Okay, this is 10 and this is 10. So any individual or any object start from A. This is known as origin. Origin is a start point. Remember that origin is start point. Origin is start point, from where any object start. So when what is the definition of displacement? The definition of displacement is how far you are from origin. How much far you are from origin. That is the definition of displacement. So if a person start from A and it goes to B, if a person start from A and goes to B, and again from B it comes to A, in this case it is going from A to B and again it is returning from B to A. So the definition of displacement is how much far you are from your origin. So again you are at your origin and A is actually 0. Okay, so again you are at origin, and you can see that when you are at origin, so how far you are from origin? You are 0 kilometer or 0 meter far from your origin. So in this case the displacement can be 0 because again you are at A. That's why displacement can be 0, and the distance will be AB plus BA. AB is 10 and BA is again 10, so it is 20. Total it is 20. Remember. So displacement knows about return. I told you that what is displacement? It knows about direction. What is direction? Either you are returning or not. Distance doesn't know about direction. Either you are returning or not, it will plus everything. Either you will take 10 rounds. If you will take 10 rounds, A to B, B to A to B, B to A, the distance will be, after 10 rounds, the distance will be 200 after 10 rounds. Okay, because total A to B, B to A to B, B to A, it is 200. But what will be the displacement? The displacement will be 0. Why displacement will be 0? Because any object is returning again, and after 10 rounds it is again at 0, so it is again at its start point, so that displacement can be 0. That's how displacement can be 0. So the formula of average speed, you know what is the formula of speed? Distance upon time. So the formula of average speed is, what is the form average speed? Okay, total distance upon total time. That is the formula of average speed. So I'm writing a numerical and we have to solve this. First of all, before solving this, before telling you about average speed, I want to tell you one more thing, that you have to find, you maybe you are provided a question with, suppose I'm writing a question that a car travels a distance a car travels a distance of 100 kilometer in 2 hours. Now you have to find speed and velocity. First of all, in this question you cannot find velocity, you can find speed. Why you can find speed? Because direction is not given to me. What is formula of speed? The formula of speed is distance upon time. That is the formula of speed. Now in this first question, okay, I'm not able to answer velocity. Why? Because there is no direction. But if it is written that a car travels a distance of 100 kilometer in 2 hours from south to north, okay, now I can find speed as well as I can find velocity, both of them, because there is direction, so I can find both things. Now what is the formula of velocity? It is displacement upon time. So my question is, a car travels a distance of 100 kilometer in 2 hours. So I'm writing this 100 kilometer in 2 hours. 100 kilometer in 2 hours from point A to point B, and this is south and this is north. Remember this thing. I know about the direction, that's why I'm able to find velocity. If I remove the direction, then I will be able to find speed only. I cannot find velocity then. Remember this thing. So here I can find both speed and I can find both velocity. Now I am going to find speed. You can find anything. So I can find speed. What is the formula of speed? The formula of speed is distance upon time. What is distance? Distance is 100 kilometer and displacement is time is 2 hours. Now the answer is 50. So I'm writing 50 kilometer r. Now I have to move this r from denominator to numerator, and if I move this, then this r will get a negative value because I'm moving it from denominator to numerator, and it will be 50 kilometer per hour. I can write this, I can use sign of minus. Now instead of kilometer r, you have to find answer in meter second. The question can you can find a question that there is an instruction that instead of kilometer r, you have to find answer in meter per second, or find answer in meter per second for the same question. Okay, so I'm writing here distance upon time equals to 100 kilometer upon 2 hours. Now my answer is now if I want to convert kilometer into meter and r into second, remember, because I have to for kilo in at the place of kilometer I have to take meter, and at the place of r I have to take second. So to convert kilometer to meter, if I want to convert kilometer to meter, remember, if I want to convert kilometer to meter, I have to multiply kilometer, either it is 1, 2 or 10, I have to multiply kilometer with 1000. And if I want to convert r in second, whatever r, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 r, 2 r, 3 r, 4 r, I have to multiply it with 3600. So now I'm multiplying this with this kilometer with 1000, and I'm multiplying this 2 with 3600. Why so? Because in 1 kilometer there is 1000 meters, and in 1 hour there are 3600 seconds. Okay, because in 1 hour there is 60 minutes, and in 1 minute there is 60 second. Okay, so 60 into 60 is 3600. That's why I'm multiplying this. Now if I multiply this, now it will be, okay, you can directly cut down this, so you can direct cut down. So my answer will be 5.33. Okay, now it is not kilometer r, now it is meter and second. Why it is meter and second? Because I converted by multiplying kilometer to multiplying kilometer value to 1000 and multiplying r value to second. So it is 5.33 meter upon second. Now I have to move this second upward. Now it will be 5.33 meter per second. I can write this. So it is 50 kilometer per hour. It is correct answer in kilometer hour unit. And if I have to answer this in meter per second unit, then I have to convert this. Now one more thing I want to tell you, remember this thing, because you will be facing these type of questions, that if you have to convert something from kilometer to meter and r to second, remember one thing, that when I have to convert from any value from kilometer to meter and r to second, I will multiply kilometer to 1000 and I will multiply r to 3600. Okay, instead of this you can write another value, just cut them, and it is 5 upon 18. It is 5 upon 18. So you can write 5 upon 18 directly. Look how I am applying this. Now in this case it is 100 kilometer and it is 2 hour, and I want to convert kilometer into meter and r into second. So instead of writing 1000 upon 3600, I can directly write 5 upon 18, because you know the value is same. 1000 upon 3600 is equal to 5 upon 18. So I can write this is meter and this is second, and you will be having same value. Because why I'm writing meter upon second? Because the kilometer and r value is not having any value now, because I multiplied it now. So why I consider it that it is kilometer r? Because I have multiplied this. So instead of using this huge value, you can write 55 upon 18. Maybe in very various type of solved examples, maybe you have seen this value 5 upon 18. So the 5 upon 18 value is directly a cut form of 1000 upon 3600. So I can get speed and I can get velocity. Both things are same. Okay, but if you are answering in velocity, then you have to use the sign that is known as direction sign. It is going from south to north. It is moving from south to north. Okay, so this is how you can convert it. Okay, now again I'm back. So this is how you can convert kilometer to meter and r to second. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you, that if anyone asks you, if any question is like convert meter to kilometer and convert second to r. Okay, it is just opposite. You can see just opposite. It is just opposite. You can see easily. So what can I do? I will do just opposite thing. Okay. For convert meter into kilometer. Okay, write meter. Suppose the convert, there is 1 meter and there is 5 seconds. Okay, now you have to convert them into kilometer hour. So for meter, okay, for converting meter into kilometer, I'm writing distance upon time. Just write this. What is distance? Distance is 1 meter. And what is time? Time is 5 seconds. Okay. Now I have to convert this in kilometer and hour. So to convert 1 meter to hour, okay, you have to divide it. You have to divide it. Divide 1 meter by 1000 and divide 5 seconds with 3600. Here we are multiplying. Remember, here we are multiplying. Okay, because I want to convert kilometer to meter and I want to convert hour to second. So I'm going for multiplication. Here the thing is opposite. So I am into division. I have to divide it. So finally it will be 1 meter upon 1000. Okay, into 3600 upon 5 seconds. Okay, now you have to cut it. So now in this case, you have to divide this instead of multiplying them. Okay, now one more thing, that two values can be changed. Instead of 1 meter, I can have 2 meter, I can have 5 meter, I can have 100 meter. And instead of 5 second in my question, I can have 6 second, I can have 5 second, I can have 1 second. So these two values are changeable. Na? So these two values are changing. They are always changing according to the question. But there is one thing, if you are able to see that it is 3600 upon 1000. Okay, so it is 3600 upon 1000. So just cut out them and it will be 18 upon 5 again. Okay, so instead of doing all this stuff, you can directly write 1 meter upon 5 second into 18 upon 5. Okay, now it is 5 upon 18. Why it is 5 upon 18? If you want to convert kilometer to meter and if you want to convert hour to second, then for any value, I applied this here, you can see. So you can directly multiply with 1000 upon 3600 or 5 upon 18. But if you are having something just opposite, when you have to convert meter into kilometer and second into hour, then you can directly multiply this thing. Okay, without going in this long procedure, okay, just write meter upon second, that is distance upon time, and directly multiply this with 18 upon 5. You can see that in first case I'm multiplying directly with 5 upon 18. You can see in first case I'm directly multiply with 5 upon 18 because I have to convert kilometer into meter and hour into second. But in this case I am writing 18 upon 5 because I have to convert meter into kilometer and I have to convert second into hour. So without going this long process, okay, because how you have to divide this. So instead of dividing, you can write this shortcut. Maybe you have find, maybe you have seen various type of question with 5 upon 18 and 18 upon 5 value. So don't get confused. This is just a short trick or short form. It so that we can save our time. Okay, anyway, so we are at average speed and I'm writing a question for average speed. If you are having any doubt in understanding physics, write me in chat box. And you have to attend IDT today. So these things will help you a lot and it will also save your time. So I'm writing my question here. If you have any doubt, Bicha, don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate. I will tell you. Okay, Faizan, I think your doubt is very clear about distance and displacement. So we are going to find a average speed. What is the formula of speed? Total distance upon total time. I'm writing question here. An object, okay, as you are human being, science consider you object, travels, an object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds and then another 16 meter in 2 seconds. Okay, now you have to find out average speed. You have to find out average speed. average speed. So how you can find average speed? Just use the formula. What is total distance? Which is 16 meter plus 16 meter, it is total distance. So 16 meter plus 16 meter, it is total distance. And what is total time? Total time is 4 seconds for this 16 meter and 2 seconds for this 16 meter. So it is 4 upon 2. Okay, so I am writing 32 upon 6, it is meter and it is second. You will cut down this, and when you will cut down this, you will get 5.33. You have to move this second upwards, so it will be meter and it will be per second. Now you are not allowed to cut this meter and per second. Why you are not allowed to cut meter and second? Okay, you will find many questions. We will do this type of questions, then we are cutting two values. Okay, this second and this second, we are cutting these seconds. Why we are cutting these seconds? Because both of them are seconds, so you can cut them, but you cannot cut two different values. When one value is in meter and one value is in second, you are not allowed to cut them. And this is our average speed. Now why it is our average speed? Because I'm not able to find anything where to where. Okay, it is just going, yeah. But if I write an object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds from Delhi to Mumbai, okay, and again 16 meter in 2 seconds, blah blah blah, where to where, okay, from Mumbai to Chennai. Okay, if I write this, then I can say that this is my answer for velocity, and I can write a sign of arrow because it is telling me about the direction. Okay, so if you are having this type of directions, then you can find both for speed and velocity. But right now I'm not having any type of sign here and any type of directions here where to where, so I can find speed. And the question is also asking me to find speed, because question knows that you cannot find velocity out of this. Now don't think that what is velocity. You know very well that velocity is only when you have any type of direction: south to north, north to south, school to house, house to mall, from your house to your auntie's house, anywhere, 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 from your bedroom to your kitchen. Okay, but at least you have to know about any direction. That after that you can find velocity. So this is speed, and this is, what is this? Meter per second, bacha. This meter per second is actually SI unit. What is SI unit? What do I mean by SI unit? Meter per second is actually SI unit. SI unit stands for standard international value. Meter per second, every time when you find speed or velocity, when you find speed or when you find velocity. Okay, due to question. Okay, what is distance? Distance is meter and time is always in S. So I will move this here and it will be meter per second. You can use this formula, or if you are going for speed and velocity, you know, it is always meter per second. You know that it is always meter per second. So meter per second is SI unit. What is SI unit? Standard international value. It is applicable, and until it is asked to find value of velocity or speed in kilometer hour. Until it is asked, okay, you have to find value in meter per second. You know how meter per second originated. This is also known as unit of velocity or speed. And remember one thing, that you will find many questions that what is the unit of speed or what is the unit of velocity. Now if it is written, okay, if you find this type of thing, then this is the unit of velocity and speed both. Okay, but if you don't find this, then you have to write that this is the velocity, this is the unit of speed. Now we know that what is velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is speed. Velocity is speed with direction. Okay, what is velocity? Velocity is speed with direction. Same thing, we know this. Now we have to find another we are having another formula, and it is average velocity. Okay, average velocity. We studied about average speed. Okay, now we are going to study about average velocity. Don't think that much, it is only speed with direction. Speed with direction. Okay, so I'm having two formulas for this. First formula is total displacement. Total displacement as from total distance, I'm writing total displacement. Total displacement upon total time. And my second formula is initial velocity initial velocity plus final velocity, initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2. I'm writing initial velocity as u, I'm writing final velocity as v, and I'm writing 2. So velocity is also known as v, velocity is known as v. Okay, now for average I'm writing av here, remember this thing. For speed, okay, the sign of speed is v also, because you know that for speed I'm using v and for velocity I'm using this. Okay, both of them are same. So velocity is not having any direction. Now what is short term of distance? I'm not talking about unit, but remember it is unit, how you measure this. What is unit? What is unit? How you measure this? Okay, I'm writing a short form distance, and it is not d, it is s. Okay, and the time is t. Okay, why it is s? Because we have used d somewhere else, so I cannot write distance d as sign for distance, because we have already used d somewhere else in physics. So this is short form. This is the formula of speed. V, and V with arrow. This arrow is known as vector. You know this, what is vector, when you are able to know about any direction. Okay, now here I'm writing velocity. You can also write this. Okay, average. So I wrote av here. Initial velocity, the sign of initial is u, and the sign of final velocity is v upon 2. This is formula. So you can use two formula according to the question. Now I'm writing a simple question. I'm writing very simple question. Okay, my question is that if a boy is going from home to school. Okay, why I wrote home to school? Because if I want to find velocity, I have to mention about direction. So home to school. Okay, home to school, 6 meter per second. Home to school with velocity of 6 meter per second, and returns again. Okay, now it is also direction. It is also direction. This is direction and this is my direction. So I can find velocity. And returns school to home with velocity of 4 meter per second. Okay, now I am having two velocities. So you have to find average velocity. You have to find average velocities. I'm having two velocity. What is my formula for average velocity? Initial velocity, final velocity upon 2. What is my initial velocity? My initial velocity, first velocity. What is initial velocity? First velocity. And what is final velocity? Last velocity. So I am writing, yeah, Farhan, write me answer. So first, I have to use this formula. So what is my initial velocity? Initial velocity is 6 meter per second. And what is my final velocity? My final velocity is 4 meter per second. I'm by using formula, I'm writing initial velocity 6 meter per second and 4 meter per second upon 2. So total that is 10 meter per second upon 2. So it is 5 meter per second. Okay, that is our answer. Right arrow. Okay, so time is over. I'm finishing my class for today. We'll be meeting on tomorrow same time. Take care of yourselves and don't panic your parents.